Free tips for becoming your true self. Do you ever have one of those days where you are absolutely sick of living the same old routine over and over again? Do you feel like you need to take the time to find your true self? We all do. One thing that a majority of people fail to do, though, is change it. Everything that we comfortably do on a daily basis is easy because it has become one big habit. This means that we don't need to think about what we are doing, and it is easy because there is rarely a challenge. Just this morning, I was going over in my mind about how easy it is for us to not think about change. After that, I realized all of the new things that I wish I was doing and how it is hard to start taking steps towards these goals that I have in my mind. It is so simple to live the same day over and over again comfortably, with no challenges. But we also tend to miss out on the great new opportunity and excitement that sits right before us. I knew that I wanted to take a step in the fresh direction, but my mind seemed to stop me in my tracks. I had all these amazing goals stuck in my mind that I wanted to accomplish, but I was taking no steps in their direction. I had to find a way to clear my head and physically start doing something about these callings that I felt I was meant to do. Now, I am going to help you get through this problem if you are in a similar situation like I was. This is something I did the morning that this blog post was written. It really helped and set me back on my walking feet towards that more successful version of myself. I want you to take out a sheet of paper. Please do not type this exercise that I am about to share with you. And get a pencil ready because it is time to get your goals out of your head. Once we remove them from your brain into a form that you can physically see, we will end up clarifying how we will attain them. Step 1. Focus and release your thoughts. First off, I want you to focus on all of the thoughts that come to mind when I ask you the simple question of, what do you wish you could have or be right now? Some examples off of my list from this morning include a healthier body, a better meditation regime, more outgoing when at social gatherings, etc. I want you to write down, like I did, all of the things that come to mind so that we can get them out of your brain and onto paper. It is hard to think about them when they are just floating around in your head. It helps to actually be able to see them right in front of you on something material. Step 2. Visualize your new life. After you finish your list of desires, I want you to read through it a couple of times. What I did in the next 2 steps is the biggest part in making a lasting change. No change will come unless you change the way that you visualize your life and the actions that you are taking on a daily basis. The best thing you can do now is to visualize what your life would look like if you became or had the things that you wrote down on your paper. What are you doing now that they are in your life? How do you act towards others, and how do you feel about yourself? Write down your thoughts here because we are going to turn these into actions. Step 3. Take action in any way possible. So now that we have physically created a list of what we want to have and become at this point in time, and visualize the outcome of these things in our lives, it is time to create daily action steps. These are things that we should do on a daily basis to move towards our goals. When I visualized this morning about having a healthier body, I saw myself exercising and eating healthy. I paid attention to how I was exercising and what I was eating. I honestly became, in my mind, that healthier and stronger version of myself. I wrote down on my list for today that I will do some form of exercise and eat a healthy breakfast. These are 2 easy steps in becoming more of the healthier version of me. These would be 2 easy steps taken on a daily basis that would produce lasting changes and bring me more confidence and ultimately happiness. So at this point, write down daily action steps you can take towards all of your new goals because you need to do something to move towards them. A lot of people might say that they do not have enough time to do anything else. I can understand this, but you need to make the time. I don't care if it is 5 minutes or 1 hour. Do anything that you can, big or small, to move towards your desired outcome. Ultimately, we need to become comfortable with making changes based on our desires. The best part is that our wants and needs are always changing. This makes for an exciting life, For example, I may become the healthier version of myself that I was picturing in my mind. At that point, there's going to be a newer and improved version of myself that I will move on to after I have mastered the one in which I currently am. Does this make sense now? We are always in a constant state of movement and new improvements. This is what makes life rich and interesting. In conclusion, if we want to live the life that we dream of, we must leave the comfort of our current daily routine and to find a new one that is more in line with our visualized self.